Hi everyone, I am interrupting my usual YouTube upload schedule today because I'd like to let you guys know about some new developments in YouTube land. Back on March 20th, YouTube made a big announcement that they actually just kind of tucked away in their blog. The nutshell version of the announcement is that some advertisers were unhappy with some of the content on YouTube, so YouTube decided that they were going to be changing their monetization policies and vetting videos more thoroughly to make sure that they don't contain hate speech or anything offensive. YouTube is a corporation, and so both you and I know that they are well within their rights to do this. That's not the issue. The issue is that they're doing it quietly, dishonestly, and with little to no transparency. I have ads on my videos and have had them for a couple years now. It's no secret. I mean, you can see them. These ads certainly don't break the bank and usually just kind of pay for my Photoshop rental every month. But after this announcement, my views, my comments, and especially my revenue were literally cut in half. Not only that, but my little revenue balance went from $90 to $50 with no explanation. I mean, again, not breaking the bank, but like, where's that 40 bucks? About the same time that this happened, I also got an email that one of my videos had been demonetized because it didn't fit YouTube standards because it was inflammatory and contained hate speech and was offensive. If you guys watch my videos on a regular basis, you know that I could hardly be called inflammatory, and I certainly don't use hate speech. I thought this was strange, but in the email it says that they periodically review videos and can do so anytime at their discretion, so I figured it was just a weird freak occurrence. And at this point, I had no idea about YouTube's changes to their ad policy because it was barely publicized at all. But then I saw other channels talking about this, but only channels leaning right of center. Bigger conservative channels and even some libertarian-leaning ones were complaining that dozens of their videos had had their ads removed for the same reasons. They had also seen their revenue cut in half and in some cases dropped completely down to zero. These are channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Most of them didn't even get emails that this was happening, and due to a glitch, weren't even able to appeal the decision. Allegedly, this goes all back to when PewDiePie was caught making anti-Semitic remarks. A bunch of big advertisers like McDonald's and Toyota freaked out and pulled their ads from the YouTube platform. There was also apparently an incident with ISIS, which is a very understandable concern. But according to Bloomberg, Google is now flagging 5 times as many videos as offensive than ever before. Now at this point, there has been a couple of LGBT and feminism type channels that have reported issues, but by and large, it is overwhelmingly conservative and libertarian-leaning channels that are being affected. Again, it is perfectly within YouTube's rights to institute a new policy like this because huge companies are boycotting them and YouTube wants to make money. But if you're going to have a policy like this, then it should be enacted evenly and across the board. Instead, it just becomes another example of how anything against PC culture or questioning social justice warriors or liberal media bias is labeled as inflammatory or hate speech or racism or whatever. But people railing against straight, white, non-feminists is perfectly okay and is not inflammatory at all. There's clearly a bias here. According to Google's own numbers, these toxic videos only make up 1/1000% of total ads shown. And yet, PragerU, Philip DeFranco, Blonde in the Belly of the Beast, Paul Joseph Watson, Roaming Millennial, and Steven Crowder, to name a few, are seeing their work restricted, censored, and demonetized under YouTube's new policies. And as I've said, I've seen the same thing on my own channel. Not only my revenue has gone down, but so have my views and my comments since this change. That means that YouTube's algorithms are making it harder for me to reach you. Even Google itself has said that they will be working to bury certain content in the search results. In the past, revenue was determined by numbers of views, or average watch time, or how long people stayed on your channel, etc. There's been various different methods. But by YouTube's own current standards and algorithms, this shouldn't be happening. I have a high level of engagement on my videos, because you guys are awesome, and my average watch time is over 4.5 minutes, with Liberty Update videos generally getting 7 minutes, which is way above YouTube average. So by YouTube's own standards, I should be more visible, not less. But there's more. There's also a new restricted mode that requires YouTube audiences to have an age-verified account to see certain content, and of course, conservative and libertarian YouTubers are getting hit harder by that as well. But all the big networks are establishing relationships with YouTube and aren't subjected to restricted mode at all, effectively pushing out individual content creators. So what you're ending up with is a sort of backdoor or soft censorship, because anything else would be too obvious. Despite all this, I'm planning to stick around. As of right now, there really isn't anywhere else to go, to be honest, and because YouTube isn't my main source of income, I have that luxury. Similar things are happening across all social media platforms, so really the only changes I'll be making are to try to be more active on Twitter, as they seem to be at least a little bit friendlier for now. And of course, I'm over on Patreon, so you can support me over there and get some bonus content, and I always respond to comments. So until my next video, thanks for watching.